Hi there. We fight and are part of the revolution here on Straight to POD.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Eddie.
All right. Before we get into our two main reviews, we're going to go over a few movies we've been watching the last couple of weeks. I think the two of you watched The Strangers Chapter 2, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, is it better than the
Oh,
first one?
This
did
should
you
be The Strangers Chapter 2 should be our main review. This is blasphemy.
did you not say this is straight to POD?
Carlos got rid of it. He said we don't need it anymore.
Well, we
Okay.
said in the beginning, I don't.
He's
Okay.
changing it up.
No, no,
We're
no.
different
No, too
now.
much editing, too much editing.
We
Uh
can do it again.
no.
And then
Want
you
to
just have to
restart?
It
cut
just
it.
it
You
threw
just
me
have
off.
you just have to
It
cut it
it just
to
threw me
the
off. I'm keeping
It
this
did it? Are
banter.
you hosting?
It threw me off. Like I was like, we're just straight going
Yeah,
into it.
it did feel weird not
It
Yeah,
felt
to.
weird,
no.
right? It felt like
Redo it.
no, no.
Stop.
I'm keeping this banter. We're
Stop the
moving
cameras.
on.
All
Stop the
Um,
right,
cameras.
Strangers,
Charlie,
Chapter
why did
2.
you think this should have been the main review for this episode?
I'll be sarcastic. This movie was better than the first one, by a long shot. But it doesn't deserve a whole review. It was, um, it got straight to the action. It wasn't, obviously, it's a continuation of the original, of the first one, which was an exact remake of the original one. But it just like got to the action. Some of the choices they made, I was like, what the hell is going on? But if you want like a thriller, killers coming after you, you're cheering for uh you're cheering for someone
Who's
who has
cheering for the killers? That's that's
no,
not right.
for the oh, I forgot her name, but she's on Archie.
She's on Netflix or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this movie a sequel, like a remake of the sequel, or is this like its own?
I think I've never seen the Stranger sequel, the
Okay,
original one.
No,
Yeah.
the Stranger sequel. No, I mean it's its own thing. The Stranger
gotcha.
sequel from the original does continue per se from that eventful night. But this one's its own thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
In this one, I'm actually more intrigued on the story of the actual murders. I'm not saying I'm not cheering for them as Charlie is, but I I'm more intrigued than that. And if you happen to go see this, I don't think it was better. I just think it was. I think this was clearly made a long time ago, or made to be a long time ago. Um, but if you do go watch it, wait for the end because I'm more intrigued of part three. I don't know what the hell's going on, and I'm invested at this point because that cliffhanger at the end got me thinking.
Oh,
So
all
yeah,
right. That's exciting.
yeah, no, it really is. I'm just like,
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you guys are excited or want more because the part three is in development, if not already done.
well, this isn't necessarily like a spoiler or anything if you're gonna go watch it, but they did a Back to the Future type of a reveal. So the ending, it's not even an end credit scene. The ending of the movie is just a preview to part three. Like
Oh,
they already give you snippets and like cuts of part three, and it literally says The Strangers Chapter 3 coming soon. Like they literally put a preview of the movie in the end of the movie. Um, so that's what got me because I'm confused by what's transpiring in that chapter three. So I'm in,
oh,
I'm in.
Hmm.
all right. What
Yeah.
would you rate it?
Uh I give this solid 2.5 dumb bitches out of 5.
Damn.
Charlie?
I would rate this, yeah, probably down the middle, 2.5, 2.75. Warthogs out of 5.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Huh.
I was talking to like a friend about it, and he was like, "Any good?" I was like, "Yeah, you don't watch the first one. Just skip. If anyone's listening to this, skip the first one."
Wait, isn't it
And
like a direct sequel though? Like she's in a
Yeah, but you don't
hospital.
need
yeah, but you just need the
you don't
last 10
need
minutes.
yeah. You
And
don't
then
even need the last 10 minutes.
yeah.
There are three motherfuckers that show up randomly and they murder you. That's all you need to know. You don't need all the build up. You
Yeah.
really don't. You
Yeah,
don't need
you
the build
don't.
up.
If anything, go watch the original 2008 one with like um just go watch the original. Was it 2008? Whatever year it was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty
Yeah,
just go
bad. It
watch
was
that one,
that
formatted.
and
one's
Yeah,
that
just
one's
go
then
watch
and
good.
that
then
one.
watch the chapter 2 here.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think that's a good
Yeah,
combination of the two.
yeah. Or if you want to just start at chapter 2, it literally fills you in with
No, I
everything
think
in the
that
first
first one
one.
that you did, you watched the original from whatever 2000, chapter one. That one's pretty good with the time that it came out. And then watch part two of this series, and then you'll be fine. The same view.
You'll be
It's
caught
the
up
same
with the
shit.
lore and everything.
Yeah, it's the same shit. It's the same
Yeah.
shit. Only that
Plus, yeah.
they're a lot
Yeah,
younger. They're a lot
yeah.
younger. That's it.
The only thing with this movie is like there's gonna be a chapter, like everybody knows there's gonna be a chapter 3, right? It's a trilogy or whatever. So you're like, oh, she's not gonna die this one, or like, oh, she's not gonna, they're not gonna get her in this one. Maybe the next one. So it's yeah, but that's a given.
Uh, let's move on to the next movie is Splitsville. This is uh well it's they call it an unromantic comedy and yeah, this one came I saw that it was in theaters, but it didn't like come to like get on my radar until like it was streaming and I randomly watched it there and honestly, great time. Like no expectations going into this, but like I had a lot of fun with this movie. A lot of yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah, as far as not rom com, this was definitely a rom com.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that definition got. This is definitely a rom com to the T. I
Well,
don't know where
I
that
assume
description get that.
because the unromantic comedies because like they're sleeping with other people and then the
Yeah, but
people
at
who
the end,
want to be sleeping with are they want to get them back
well,
kind of
I get the
thing.
only, yeah, well, the only, I guess, caveat here is that there isn't a happy ending, so it doesn't make it a romantic comedy because pretty
I
much in
feel
all
like there's a
romantic
happy
comedies,
ending
I feel like
for some people.
there is there is buyer's remorse and
Yes,
a
100%.
lot of psychological uh items that need to be addressed in all these individuals. But as far as the comedy part, it's there. The romance is, I guess it would be unconventional because the romance isn't necessarily what you would assume to be a traditional idea of romance is, and
Yeah.
it takes all movie to get there. And I mean, it does get there. I have to tell you the truth. When I watched it as well, I was like, "How's this gonna end? I don't know how this is supposed to end." But they did a good job. They sold it up. I just felt like the ending to me felt forced. I don't know about you guys. It
You didn't
felt
want them
like
to get back together?
no, like the way it ended with again, they try to make a happy ending with the circumstances that they're in, but it didn't feel like any of them were actually happy. It felt like everybody was just like, well, we're in it. Like the resolve within the their own universe didn't seem like an actual resolve. It felt more like this is how we deal with our problems. Um, and it just didn't feel. It just felt like disingenuous to me. Everything leading up was great, and it's not to say that the ending was bad. It just felt like there was something that else that could have been said. Especially at the birthday party towards the end, like everybody should have probably gotten a chance to like get a chance to say their piece. But there was definitely bad people in this movie. I'll tell you that much.
The damn magician.
Yeah, especially the magician.
It's the worst. Oh
That
man.
that scene was so
Man,
funny.
Oh,
the
he's not a
magician,
magician.
the magician is the only one who's
He's a
based in all
clairvoyant.
this. What
He's
are
a
you talking about?
clairvoyant.
He's
Yeah.
the only one based in this entire thing. What did you think about it, Charlie?
Um, I thought it was super funny at moments. Um, and definitely something like everyone should just watch because I think um it's just kind of like silly, super silly at times, but everyone just keeps a straight face during the whole thing. And yeah, I don't the ending was like um I just don't like that they were all cool with each other at the end. Like nobody's mad at anyone or anything. Um, and yeah, and that fight was probably the most, I don't know, realistic fight I've seen in a movie.
That fight was so funny too.
Yeah, it
There's a
really was. It
scene
was really
with
funny.
like they're like fighting in the one of this their like son's bedrooms and they break the fish tank. They're like, "Oh, truce, we had to save the
Yeah,
fish."
yeah. And he's like, "Oh, save Caesar," or like I forgot what he named him after. I think it was like Greek gods or something. Like, "Oh, save so and so," and it's like, how how do you know? How would you know? But yeah.
I've decided I don't like Dakota Johnson. I think that's just what it is.
I mean,
I
she's
I can't
definitely
do it.
having the least fun in this movie, I feel.
I just I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's typecast. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her rom-coms just don't hit. How to Be Single, Splitsville, uh 50 Shades of Grey, Materialists, Madam Web. They don't hit.
Madam Web
They
isn't.
want that. I might as well classify that as a fucking rom-com for fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. It's just, I don't know. It's just, man, whatever. We can move on. I don't even want to give this a. Well, I guess I give this a
Yeah,
rating.
give it a
Everybody else
rating.
was great. Everything, like that whole transition in the middle of the movie, I was like, is this in his head or is this actually happening? Wanted to come out that it's actually fucking happening. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Um, so you know what? Yeah, I'll give this an I'll give it 0. I'll give it right down 2.5 orgies out of 5.
I would give this 3.5 bromances out of 5 with
Yeah,
all
the
the
bromance.
exes hanging out in their
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, oh, there was something super funny in the beginning.
Hand jobs, blow
Oh yeah.
jobs.
Um, I give this three CPR certifications out of five.
That's
Especially
funny.
with yeah. Should I keep going? If you want. Whatever you feel like.
Oh, at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. What do you mean, whatever I feel like?
It's like whatever you feel like, man.
Um, yeah. So it's better than half. I just don't like the ending. It's stupid. I think I also am not a fan of like Dakota Johnson, but whatever.
I do think it's funny, like Dakota Johnson and crap, what is her name? Audrey
Hepburn?
Arjona, Juna.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they're them and they're like pining after these kind of like schlubby guys. It's like, there's in a different league compared to these guys, but I like them, I guess.
True.
But yeah, let's move on to Roofman, the Toys R Us movie. Eddie, tell us about it.
Roofman was based on a true story that I found out at the end of this movie. Um, I thought it was just a setup, but no, there was ABC reporting. They showed the actual reports of like the actual thing that he did. It wasn't a Toys R Us, obviously, for movie purposes. They did something, but he broke into McDonald's, Burger King. He literally just hit the roof and he'd get in and steal. But apparently, the funny part is that he was like the nicest person. Like he was, and they show this in the movie. He's just like a really nice guy.
So that
He's
part was
just,
actually real.
yeah, he's just a
Okay.
fucking idiot. He's no, I mean he's super smart. He was in the
Yeah.
military. He did escape prison. They show that. Um, and that he actually attempted to run like get out of prison two more times after he got caught. Um, as recently as 2017. And
Jeez.
then after they interviewed for this movie, he's like, I'm done trying.
Is that
Um,
what he tells him? Where
I
he
guess
before he goes again?
that's what the word said on the screen. I don't know. He's up for parole in 2036, which is not that far away, so we'll see how
Mm.
that goes. I remember watching Goodfellas and remember watching like Paul Cicero or somebody was like due for like parole in like 2005, and I remember like, oh my gosh, it's 2005. He's gonna get out. But yeah, it was a funny movie. I don't think it needs to be as long as it did. They really stretched out this movie and they really give you an inside look of like what it would genuinely be like for somebody in the situation.
Hmm.
Um, the the was it the voiceover? Um, it's pretty. This is all narrated through a voiceover, so it's pretty on point. But you get to see a little bit insight into his motives and what he was thinking about. Again, if you take it at face value. Um, I don't maybe it's just because I'm a bad stain, but I can't do Kristen Stewart anymore. Just can't do it. Channing Tatum was pretty funny. Um, the guy from the short, what was his name?
Peter Dinklage?
Yes, thank you. Peter Dinklage, funny, does his job, believable. Um, but yeah, it's a it's a pretty solid movie, beginning, middle, and end. I feel like they again, like they really stretch it out. They really get you like invested in the character, and by the end of it, you're not necessarily rooting for him, but you feel sorry for him. Because again, he never did anything. I don't want to say he did anything wrong. He broke the law. He stole, but the people that he interacted with, and he was just a nice guy. Like everybody, just is a nice guy, super courteous. Like even when he was robbing, like the newspaper, like dude was really nice. When he put us in the freezer so the cops come, he made sure everybody had a coat and we had stuff. And he was like, "I'm so sorry, it's not you, it's me. I'm the bad person. Can you please just hurry up?" Like super courteous. I guess he was just greedy, just like Robin. He's just like, oh, there I go, Robin again. But definitely worth a watch. It is a longer movie, but go watch it. It's all right. I give this a good three M&M, three peanut M&Ms because there's a very distinct M&M. Three peanut M&Ms out of five. But go watch it. It's long, but it's a pretty good movie.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. This next one is me, Anemone. This is Daniel Day-Lewis. He's back from retirement, and this movie is directed by his son, so that's why I assume he's back to do it. But yeah, this movie is essentially Daniel Day-Lewis's character is living off the grid and in the woods, and his brother Sean Bean comes to visit him, and they like talk about just stuff. And this movie is like beautifully shot, like very cinematic. The cinematography is really good, just the nature shots and things like that. And I really like the music as well. It really like sets the mood of how it is. But as an actual movie, I did not really like it. Uh, I don't know. It's like Daniel Day-Lewis like trauma dumping to his brother for most of the movie, and then he has a son, that's kind of like because like he essentially abandons his family and his son is like getting into fights because his dad. So I don't know. It's not very good. I did not really care for this one. It's definitely like I'm making an art house movie. And it's like the most art house movie kind of thing. And yeah, I would give this two weird dear sons out of five. There's like there's a part in like a dream sequence where he like goes up a hill and it's kind of like do you know the Harry Potter like the Patronus like the deer
Yeah,
stuff?
Yeah.
Patronus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like it's like his son is a deer and it has a penis for some reason. It's a weird part. But yeah, it's not too exciting. Yeah. And then the final one of these is Good Boy. This is a movie that it's like the dog's perspective as he and his owner live in this spooky house. Is it supernatural or is it just his owner dying slowly? Who knows? Charlie, do you know?
Yeah, because I saw it. I know exactly what happened. This is like it was all right. I was super excited for it because it was. I thought it was. I think the anticipation of seeing whether this dog is gonna die or not was the
That's
most.
what you.
Yeah, that's the most intriguing part of the movie.
Wow.
Um, and just because it would be like it would be crazy, bro. But the the parts that I like did like was that the dog was very um showed a lot of emotion, even though like I don't think it was doing it on purpose. It was just like that's just how the dog looks. Um, so kudos on that. Kudos on just like um just having a dog that has kind of those expressions and like using they talked about this at the end of the movie, but using like certain filming elements to um add to kind of the creepiness that is like, this scary movie. Right? And it wasn't anything like out of the blue or anything. It was just, someone's goes to a creepy house does creepy things, and someone's like being possessed over time, right? And
I don't
messing
think that's what the movie's about, though.
with.
They literally say, like, dogs can tell when people are sick. Like they literally spell it out in the movie.
um yeah, but I mean I took the ghost way just because. Did you watch this movie?
Yes.
Yeah. So I took it the ghost way. And um it was just so I appreciate all the kind of like the horror elements of it. Um couple of jump scares that got me. A couple of um like anxiety filling scenes where you're just like what the hell's gonna happen to this dog? um and yeah, it was good overall. Go watch it if you're so intrigued. It's only like an hour and like 15 minutes. It's really
Yeah,
not
it's
a
like
long
it's
movie.
super
Yeah,
short,
it's
super
pretty
short.
short.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I thought this was good as well. Like you said, very it's a dog, so I kind of expected it to like bark more just because it's like here's a creepy thing coming up the stairs. But as it's like a dog, he's gonna be intrigued or like interested, like, oh, I hear this noise downstairs. It's like it's a scary thing. maybe I shouldn't, but no, it's for a dog. It's like I had to go because my owner could be down there, maybe, you know. And it's like the one thing that was like, does this dog never go outside like to pee or anything? Like maybe he finds a spot in the house to do that, but
They skip those parts.
No, they skip
yeah,
those parts.
Do you want to watch that?
It's like the perspective of a dog. You don't see the human like a human people go and take a piss in a movie, you know?
I
It's
know, but
different
like
for a
there's this
dog.
one,
Yeah.
there's like one, like the guy literally wakes up and he leaves the house immediately. It's like that dog needs to go outside. But yeah, it was definitely like, is there something like supernatural or spooky around, or is it kind of like the dog sensing that his owner is going to die soon, like kind of thing? And honestly, it's probably a little both, just because that weird cave underneath the house, like what the fuck goes up with that?
The what goes up under the house?
The weird cave tunnel thing?
Ah, the weird tunnel thing. Well, I
Yeah,
feel like it's also like we really don't get a chance to explore anything else other than the dog's perspective. So
that's true.
it's really hard to. There's the dog is seeing something.
Well, you did see the other dog too, but that could be just like lingering scents or something, you know?
Yeah. And we have to assume that I don't know, assume, but the interpretation of what the dog is viewing as we're viewing it may not be something that he understands.
Yes.
So, um, but at the end of the movie, it kind of is implied that it was supposed to be supernatural. Um,
I
but
mean,
it
it could
doesn't.
be a little of both, I think.
There's a little bit of both, a little bit of both.
Like like the other dog, you see the other dog is laying there dead in the cellar. Like that dog stay with his owner even though he passed kind of thing,
I also am gonna be like, dogs don't decay that fast. So
you know.
like
That's true.
it was clearly his grandpa's dog,
Yes.
and his grandpa died what, like 3 months before or
I don't know.
something? Because he inherited the house, so he moved away to the house.
Hmm.
I was like, all right, well, his dog didn't die. Like there shouldn't be just bones. Which is funny when they saw it, I was like, ha, it's funny. Um, but um, I did like the dog. The dog had better acting than our next movie, so
Really?
Wow.
That's a hard take.
is it? Is it
That's a
though?
wild take. Wild take.
As but I like props to thinking outside the box. It's a good movie as far as like the idea. They really took a simple idea and they made an hour-long movie that took what 3 years to film, um, which is crazy in itself. That when you see your pets or any animals looking far into the distance, that they see or perceive to see something that may be there. Ooh. Um,
I
but I
guess you
give
can do like
this,
dogs have like the heightened senses so they can see.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. But I don't know. I give this a three. A three fox traps out of five.
Charlie.
Yeah, I give this three unwanted pets out of five.
I would give this 3.5 scarves out of 5. All right. Let's move on to our main reviews. Charlie, can you tell us about the Smashing Machine?
The Smashing Machine, the Dwayne Johnson movie. The story of a which he plays out the story of a mixed martial arts and UFC champion, Mark Kerr. This was directed by Benny Safdie, who did Uncut Gems and Good Time, and included Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Mark Kerr, and Emily Blunt as Dawn Staples.
Great. I think we should just go into spoilers for both these. But Eddie, want to give us your thoughts or not?
I was on mute. I was on mute. Sorry. Um, it was like telling me it's on mute. I've been talking for the last 30 seconds like an idiot. I've been making a jackass out of myself, just like The Rock in this movie. Um, no, but I didn't realize that this movie was um I guess the origin. I don't want. Is it the origins of UFC or just the origins of like this type of hand-to-hand combat?
I wouldn't
Um,
say origin. I think it's just like the early days.
or the early days of this individual who was so dominant or whatever. Um, but um, the movie is relatively well paced. I think I don't. I didn't necessarily enjoy the romance aspect of this movie that they try to push in there to make the movie like move forward. I think the the Rock Mark Kerr's Dwayne Johnson's character, I think his struggles enough would have been enough for this movie to stand on its own. But adding Emily Blunt's like additional things, I didn't feel like was necessary. They clearly try to the movie clearly tries to give a contrast between Mark Kerr's character of a calm like this very calm beast. Like he's physically like dominant and he's aggressive, but he's like a gentle giant compared with the wild side of Emily Blunt's character, which is his girlfriend or wife or whatever. Of she's like outgoing and free spirited, and it creates. It's supposed to create like turmoil and drama within like the relationship, which causes him to kind of like be who he is, but. I feel like that wasn't necessary, or at least it shouldn't have been played as much as it was because it jumps so much that I feel like there was scenes or information in between that should have been told to us as an audience member in order for me to get from where we started to where we are. And I feel like it didn't do that very well. Um, but I will say that the Rock acting has gotten a little better. Not tremendously, but he tried, and you know, give it what it was. The fighting scenes weren't all that great. I feel like Rocky did a better job, considering it was full contact. I feel like they could have done a lot better with that. Um, but yeah, what about you, Charlie?
I kind of agree with you on some things. I think Emily Blunt was needed, but it definitely added like another storyline that kind of it drew my attention away from like what the main movie was about,
I mean, it's about
right?
his life, right?
Yeah, yeah, but it was
And
like
how like him going into addiction and like being addiction and how like she kind of almost made him go back to the addiction.
yeah, but it
I
was
just don't feel like
like
that's I
I
don't
was
feel
like,
like
is this
that's
movie about
true.
Mark Kerr overcoming something, or is this about two toxic people being
Both.
toxic with each other? Um, because I was like, is this about UFC? Just because it's like it wasn't until the end where I was like, oh, this was about the early days of UFC, and like when it wasn't like Las Vegas big
Yeah.
and all this stuff we have now. Um, so it was like, oh, okay, so it was about the UFC thing. It wasn't about his personal life, but I mean, they intermixed. Um, I just don't think the mixing of his personal life and the UFC stuff like is done super well. But that being said, that's the only part where it was like I thought there was two stories going on in this one story, and But I think the story itself, like Origins of USC, Mark Kerr himself, I thought it was I thought it was pretty interesting. It was wild how like I thought he wasn't gonna come back after the addiction part of the story. I thought he was. I was like, okay, well, I guess that's it. I guess it's gonna be like a slow burn down to like I thought he was just, like straight up die or overdose or something, right? And that was gonna be the end of the movie. Um, but no, glad he did. It was wild the whole and it wasn't about it's not like I'm pretty sure it's true to his story, right? And I'm sure the fights wins and losses are also true. So also definitely didn't see him, losing in the later rounds of the huge tournament, right? You would think that, you know, um it would be like any other movie where the good guy overcomes the bad things and
This is
becomes
real
champion.
life.
Yeah. So it was just like so I liked it in terms of like, okay, real life, this is a real story. Like it's not gonna be a super happy ending and um super happy, but it was a happy ending.
I
So
wanted to know if they were going in more into why Japan was blackballing this man.
oh, just that one scene where he's talking about money.
Well, not just that one scene, but then it also seems like they set him up to lose
I mean,
immediately for the immediate fight after the contractual. Like I would have much more seen. I would love to see that because it clearly made it seem like they like the Japan Wrestling Federation, whatever the hell it was clearly trying to just push away, like just completely screw him over. I felt
I
like
mean, if
that
that
would have
was
been
the
a better
case, they
story.
wouldn't have like made the match void essentially, but they
Yeah,
did.
but that means that doesn't mean he won. That you know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah, but
tarnished.
doesn't mean he lost. I feel like if they're like out to get him, they would have just said he lost.
No, because by their own rules, the other person should have lost, so he should have won. They clearly said it in the press conference. So that's why I'm a little confused. I think it just they were appeasing that was the appeasement because they knew they was gonna, again, I just it just felt more so like they were just trying to push him out, and I would have been more interested in that story of like this undisputed undefeated champion, and then everybody just doesn't want to work with him anymore. It made it seem like he was an underlining. He wasn't that nice guy to begin with. He was only nice because he was high, and then I was blatantly waiting for Emily Blunt to get her shit kicked in, like just because of the nature of every other sports film out there that deals with drug abuse. Um, and maybe that's bad. That's a bad conclusion to reach because it was is very cliche. Um, but
I
I
mean,
did not.
he definitely acted out of violence multiple times in the movie. Like he destroys like a few doors in the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah,
That was crazy.
yeah. He put down his bowl and he destroyed the door, and then he picks up his bowl very calmly. Um, but I
But
guess I
yeah.
guess
Oh,
I
good.
guess that no, I just meant like I guess that was who he that's a portrayal of who he was. He was again it just didn't it I don't know if they were trying to if the movie was trying to show he suppresses this or if his partners is antagonizing him to get to that point. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It didn't because the only time he does that is when she's around. Which again,
Yeah.
that's what that was my quarrel. It's like they're they're using her as a tool. And again, I don't know if it's true or not, because by the end of the movie, they're just like, well, they got married in Vegas after after he got back. I was like, okay, well, these people should clearly not be together.
I mean, they were only married for 6 years.
Yeah, but both of them, I mean, he seems so much more clear-headed than she was. So I don't know, assuming that that scene is true, I don't think my immediate thought would be to marry this woman after I got back.
Well, I guess it's like, well, I just lost this thing, this huge thing that I've been training for. Might as well go back to this like this thing I know is there. I know she's kind of crazy, but she loves me or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
it's got to be something like that where
Like they both
it's
kind
just a
of are using each other kind of thing.
bad codependent relationship.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I thought this movie was all right. Yeah, the Dwayne Johnson, he's almost unrecognizable in this movie. What they do with like the makeup and
They
stuff,
did do some
it
good
is
makeups.
crazy.
Yeah, they do good makeup.
But yeah,
Props off to the props. Props off to the
mhm.
props.
I do agree with you guys. I kind of wish there was more of just the UFC stuff in general, because it's like we only see like right at the first part of the movie where he's like fighting a bunch of people in a row, and then the two like the couple Japanese world champion tournaments. I guess is that all they fight? Maybe at the time that was all they did, but I don't know, I guess I expected more and didn't know that Japan was so big on like UFC cat fighting.
Yeah, yeah, that
Kind of interesting.
was it was interesting. Yeah, I was also interested on that one because I was like, it was so far, it was so thing because back in the day, for our younger audience, I mean, for things to go viral in a time where the internet was in its infancy, or even didn't even like exist, like people knew things, or people had to go. You had to know somebody who knew somebody to get access, to even get access to these type of things, because not only was it outside of the country, it wasn't televised here. Cable, even cable, didn't give you like certain channels, much less international, stuff that was being broadcast. So, but people knew these people, like people knew these people, like you know what I'm saying, like there was definitely a desire and a fandom here that was outside of the country. But to be able to receive to get to that popularity, I mean that in itself seems like a incredible feat because I don't know how people knew. You just kind of knew that these things were out there.
I guess if you were like a fan of it, you would find a way like bootleg Blu-ray, whatever VHSs of the fights or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true. Plus it
because
was like I mean there's like anything else there'd be a community around it, right?
Yeah.
Like people who were into fighting beyond boxing, which I imagine was the bigger fighting sport in America, I'm assuming.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, let me know if I'm wrong, but
I
um,
have no idea.
for anyone who's listening, let me know if I'm wrong. But I imagine it's boxing and then like UFC, what now is now UFC or mixed martial arts fighting. It started, I mean, the whole movie started in Brazil, right? But I feel like it
Hmm.
was just like, hey, we have some no infrastructure. It's just kind of like a big ring and a couple of, organizations just like, hey, you want to fight? All right, go step over there. You know? And I feel like had the bigger infrastructure and the bigger organizations and the bigger names and you know, the want and need, or just the want from consumers who want to see these kind of mixed martial arts to like come together. So it seems like there were pockets of it in the world. This is just based on what I'm seeing in the movie. but Japan was like where the big money was. And they only had enough to bring in what, like the same eight fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I don't know if there was probably more, but if it's anything like boxing, don't they have to train for a year before they actually like step in step in the ring? It's not like you can fight every
That's
week,
true.
right?
I guess I wanted more like build up of him like becoming this like super popular and like really undefeated before he goes to Japan, and
Hmm.
not just I'm in, we're doing it.
Yeah, true. The moment when he was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go back to Arizona," and his trainer was like, "Are you sure?" I thought it was gonna relapse. I was like, "Oh, this is
Oh,
like,
100%.
yeah."
Like you said, this movie starts off this movie takes place in between 1997 and 2000. So I was like, okay, this guy's gonna die. I thought for sure he was gonna like OD or something, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Or
Like
just be like,
there,
"Oh, I'm just gonna take a little bit," and
yeah. Like there's a
yeah.
scene with Emily Blunt's character after they have like a huge fight. Like she pulls out a gun, and I thought for sure, like either he was gonna get shot or she was gonna shoot herself. Like that scene was pretty wild. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, is this gonna happen right now?
I didn't think he was gonna get there in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get where in
I
time?
like to save her. Like
Oh,
when she has the gun
I
against her
thought that
head.
was all. I thought that was all a bluff.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
It's like if we can't be together, then bam, I guess.
Yeah, considering how again, I don't know. It's just they're. I'm pretty sure they're bipolar, both of them. Um, he just has a little bit more control of it. But to tell you the truth, by the end of the movie, the guy that they show didn't even
You,
look like the same guy. I'd say the truth. I didn't even know who I was looking at. He looks so different.
I know he looks good.
Short. He looks short
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
like
It looks like shorter and
his,
smaller than The Rock.
and
Hmm.
he looks shorter and smaller to himself. His younger version to like him at the end of the movie. I was just like, this
Oh,
is not
true.
the same person at
Yeah.
all. How are these the same people? He also looks like a lot more fair. He was darker complex before. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just I was like, this is not the same person.
But they definitely added some prosthetics to Dwayne Johnson's face. I gotta look up what they did to his face.
Yeah, they must have.
Just because he does look a lot. He doesn't look exactly like the real Mark Kerr, but he looks a lot. He doesn't look like Dwayne Johnson either, so
Hmm.
yeah. He also spoke. I don't know if it's maybe because he's older, but he also spoke a lot like softer. And Dwayne Johnson's acting didn't reflect that. But that just might have been an acting choice. And maybe he's like calmed down in his later years. And Dwayne John, and when he spoke to Mark Kerr, was like, "Well, how were you when you were young?" I was like, "Well, I was real aggressive and punched doors." So,
I mean, he did.
so maybe that was his kind of take on his younger self, you know?
I mean, yeah, he was on a lot of painkillers and fighting a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite one, he was like, "So what do you have back there that's stronger?" And he was like, "I got Advil." Yeah,
Yeah, they don't really have that in Japan just because they're like super strict on drugs.
yeah. And I would imagine
So
there were less strict, but still pretty strict back then.
yeah. All right. Any other thoughts?
Nope.
I just want
Um,
to. Oh, you can go
is
ahead.
Dwayne Johnson getting an Oscar off of this movie?
No, Good Boys
No.
Dog is getting an Oscar out of
Do
this.
you think, I guess, do you guys think, do you want this um Dwayne Johnson? Like, or do you just like go back to whatever action movie slop? Like, do you want to see more of him trying?
Of
Yeah,
serious
yeah,
Dwayne
I'll give him a
Johnson?
shot. Yeah, like a different. This was a very different role for him, so it's not like he didn't have range, but you know, seeing who the actual person was at the end, I was like, okay, you weren't completely off. So, you know, it's just hard to see The Rock and not The Rock. It's just really
That's
hard.
probably why they like did so much makeup on him, just because he's so. It's like, how do you? I don't think I know like the cinema score. Like people did not really like this movie because I guess like you go into a rock movie expecting the Rock to be the Rock kind of thing,
Yeah,
and this doesn't really have that any of that stuff.
yeah, like his role in any other movie.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
all his like weird stipulations for being in the movie.
yeah. And I
So
think didn't he like that other movie with what was that other wrestling movie with the brothers?
he was not in that.
No, but didn't he see the success of that one and the success of like Dave Bautista was like, I want to take myself more seriously.
Probably makes
Yeah,
sense to me. Like him.
yeah. Um,
I mean, he's been
and
making essentially the same movies for what, like 20
His
years?
entire
long
career, yeah.
time,
Yeah, his entire career. So why?
which is
It makes
also
sense
like,
to do that.
yeah, which is also like
Yeah,
a
but Batista was able to, no, I don't want to say was able to, but Batista branched out a lot earlier than The Rock and being kind of typecast on what he was doing.
I feel
Um,
like Batista still does a lot of slop though. But yeah, I do agree. He's definitely
but I
able to
also
do
think
more things.
what I also think because he started as a superhero, he was like in a superhero
Hmm.
like role, he was able to branch out because he already had done like you know what I'm saying, like it's already had been tried and done, so he was free to explore, but come back because he was already established
Yeah.
as this, right? So if he goes out there and explores and it's not received very well, then he could definitely always come back to to what he's good at, and then he knows that this is it, this is it. I concentrate on these type of roles or concentrate on this type of character. But even like in Dune, I mean, I don't see um what's his face? Gronk? What's his name?
I don't remember.
What's the name in Guardians of the Galaxy? What's his name?
Drax.
Drax, right? In Dune, I don't see Drax. In Knocket Cabin, I don't see Drax.
Hmm.
Even in Stuber, I don't see Drax. Um, so again, it could be range there, but I mean, he's obviously got to work on his acting. But I don't see him. I don't see Batista. I see or his superhero. I try to see the role that he's playing, but I
Hmm.
don't see Batista's in the same way in any Rock movie. I see The Rock. Like I was like, you're just The Rock. Like, and maybe that's also because The Rock was just so much bigger than Batista was in wrestling that maybe The Rock can't just transition out of that. I don't know. I cannot not see The Rock. Um, I
I
thought he might
mean,
have had a chance in the Fast and the Furious franchise,
no.
but no, you don't think that Hobbs, the
I
way he
mean,
played Hobbs,
that's essentially the same action star that he's been doing all this time. It just feels like another.
but that is,
All those feel the same to me.
but up to that point, you weren't like the Scorpion King to Hobbs is a very different, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see the difference there from when he was the Scorpion King to where he was playing Hobbs and the Fast and the Furious. while they're both action, you could just see the very much difference in acting and ability in The Rock. But I feel like I don't know, after the Tooth Fairy, like everything was just like I mean, the Walking Tall, he still had hair, but it was the same thing, like
Yeah, it was the
you see
same.
what I'm
Like
saying?
he
It's
just
just
did
the
Yeah.
his
same,
lines.
same, right? But he was still scrawny Rock. I mean, he was built, but he was still like just like just a regular. He's still perceived as a regular person, which is why the family plan or the game plan felt not like you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't feel like he was like a action star in a funny little kids movie. It still gave some leeway. But after
That's
he
true.
got
Even
Jew,
like Pain and Gain
right,
felt
exactly.
different
Pain and
than
Game,
like
exactly.
San
Yeah, Pain and Game.
Andreas or Central
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence. Like those all
Exactly.
feel the same movie.
Those all feel the same exact movie as much as you want to cover it with like put a funny somebody funny in there or whatever it is. Ever since he got juiced and he got big, like physically
Hmm.
bigger, it just feels like it just like it's not there. And I don't know. But I'll give him a slack. I mean, there was range there. I believed him sobbing when he lost for the first time, and he didn't know what to do with himself because he didn't know that feeling, which later been the
Yeah.
draw. But he felt like I don't know what. I felt again. It didn't even feel like. I guess it felt a little bit narcissistic, but it didn't even feel like bragging. Where he's like, well, "What happens if you lose?" Like, well, I don't know because I've never lost. I don't anticipate to lose, so I can't even fathom what that feels like. It didn't feel like he was being braggy about it. It just felt like he was just like, I really can't even understand that. And then the full circle of him losing and it coming to fruition is like it felt real. So
Like him not even like I know like the other guy like did the illegal move, but like him just like kind of not really know understanding what's happening.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
he's like I'm like telling everyone that was illegal and whatever, and he's like kind of like losing it just because like he's never lost before
yeah.
and he
Yeah.
doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
what to do.
And even if they call it like no contest, it's the perception of a loss. So I
Yep.
guess still was still there, and he effed them up. And his girlfriend later on was like, "So you lost, big deal, move on." You know. And I know she said it like kind of in a mean way, but I was like, "Did you have to use the L word? Did you have to use it? You know?" So
Which is kind of
yeah, I,
an interesting thing just because the Dwayne Johnson and how he's been acting and like even like his contracts like I can't lose fights in movies kind of thing that we've seen in the past. So it's kind of I thought that was kind of interesting, especially since he is playing this character. Like, oh, I don't even know what losing feels like kind of thing. That just it felt I don't know, it felt relevant to him as an actor as well, you know?
hmm
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I definitely appreciate that he's branching out a bit more, even if no one really wanted to see this. No one went to see this movie.
Oh,
But yeah, let's do our ratings. Charlie,
Oh, what do I rate this one? It's better than 2.5, but is it better than a 3? Um, no, because 3.5. Yeah, I'll rate it. I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. If you have time, go and watch it. Um, I wouldn't say it's like a need. If you're a UFC fan, I would say go watch this movie. Um, and I would give this three. Oh boy. Oh my God.
Wow.
I would give this. Oh, I'd give this three illegal knees to the head. Out of five. And yeah, if you're a UFC fan, I feel like you should go watch it. If you're a fan of mixed martial arts, I feel like you should go watch it. And I don't know, it definitely brought some light into like the big. I'm not a UFC fan, so it brought some light into that whole thing. And yeah, super. It's I'm not gonna say it's a Mark Kerr was a real person. Did have his challenges, and I feel like this kind of movie, um, shows that well, even if it's kind of a little bit split up. And if you want to see Dwayne Johnson in a real serious role, go watch this movie. So a lot of reasons to go watch it. So, um, yeah. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I agree with you. Three broken doors out of five. And yeah, I don't know if he sees in theaters, but that it has like a kind of like an old VHS kind of look to it. The like filter over it, which is kind of neat, I guess. And yeah, I like that Dwayne Johnson is going out of his comfort zone to do something that's weird, like especially with like a Safdie brother, like like kind of like Uncut Gems, how we got something different from from Adam Sandler,
Hmm.
after Adam Sandler was doing essentially like comedy slop with his friends for like a decade or so. So like that, it's nice to like that these directors are like pulling these people out of their kind of the routine, I guess, to do something different and interesting. And yeah, I would say I'm curious to see the Safdie brothers kind of like broke up after the last movie. And we have Benny Safdie who did this movie, Smashing Machine, and his brother is making a Marty Supreme movie. This is also a sports movie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one. It's like ping pong with Timothy Chalamet.
Dude, I want to go see
Oh,
that. I want
I
to go
It's
saw
see
coming
the
that
out.
shit
It's
so
coming
bad.
out. So it's kind
yeah.
of interesting that both of these directors are have like a kind of a niche sports movie that's coming out this year. I'm curious to see which one does better. But yeah,
Ping
what
pong
about you,
one's
Eddie?
definitely gonna do better.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This is Charlemagne. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Um, I give this 2.75 uh guns to the head out of
Jesus.
out of five. I was like, oh snap, she's gonna do it. Sorely disappointed. Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, The Rock, is yeah, definitely kudos to trying to get out of your comfort zone. I mean, it's hard. Um, I'm not saying he shouldn't act. I'm just saying like kind of like what Dave Bautista said is like I have to, you know, you have to invest. You have to take the time. You have to do this if this is what you're gonna do. Um, and it's not that far off from wrestling, right? You commanded a crowd. You were able to win over people, and you were able to be, an entertainer. So, you should be able that should be able to translate fairly easy. I just don't know why. It's just keeps getting stuck. And it could be an ego thing. Who knows? When you're like the best of the best and even recognized as like one of the best of all time, maybe that gets into your head and you just can't you're just stuck in the way you're thinking and you think it's correct. I don't know.
Plus, I think
But
those movies did pretty well for a while, like those action movies that he was in. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's kind of just encourage him to continue doing it because
Right.
they keep making
Right.
money.
It could, yeah, it could be like
Yeah.
a multiple variations of it. And then again, it could be something that he's just more comfortable in. Like
Yeah.
he may be, right, a Jason Statham or Liam Neeson, where it's like,
Hmm.
you know, Harrison Ford fell into that for a long while too. Harrison Ford during the late 90s and the aughts and even into the 2010s, it was like Harrison Ford, I want my family. It was like every single thing was like, okay, you want your family, we get it. You and your family, right? And then Liam Neeson was like Taken 1, 2, and 3, and then The Commuter, and like they
Yeah,
were all
take it
just
on a
the same.
plane, take it on a
Yeah, taking on a
train.
plane, taking on a train, taking on, you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like it just became like, but that's their roles, even with Jason Statham as like the Expendables,
Yep.
Crank 2. Like, you were just this person, like, even fucking, what was it, the car one? What was that car
Oh,
one? Death Race. Even Death
commuter,
Race. No, for Jason Statham. Even Death Race.
mm,
You were
taxi driver. No,
uh taxi driver. No, it was Death
wasn't
Race.
there a different one?
Yeah, there was another one. I forgot what it was called, but I
Yeah.
mean, and I feel like I don't give them flack for that, right? Maybe because they are actors and they weren't, something else before they jumped into it. But it's, you get typecast very, very easily. So,
I think for me, it's more just Dwayne Johnson's ego. It feels
mm,
like
mm-hmm.
kind of just everything. It's kind of makes it gross. Like even the last movie he was in, shoot, the superhero one, Black
Shazam or
Adam.
the Black Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, like him essentially taking over production and like going around like the executives at Warner Brothers just so he can have like Superman in there and other things. It just feels like, yeah, I don't really care for you. I like you're not a really good actor and
Yeah.
you're kind of your ego just makes me dislike you even more
Dislike
kind of
you.
thing. So,
And again, yeah, the combination of different things are might be compounding that. Um, because again, I don't know if he's a draw, but with the exception of this, people went to go watch it. I don't know if they wanted to watch it due to him, but the movies, Jumanji got part two,
part three is
uh,
coming up too.
oh, part three, the one with the ship. What was the one with ship and Emily Blunt? There's a lot of
Jungle
Emily
Cruise.
Blunt rock movies out there.
That's true.
Um, Red on Netflix somehow did well with three of the most obnoxious people starring. So it's like there is a draw. So I
Yeah.
don't, maybe that's just it is. Like I don't know. But this isn't to jump on Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Um, just overall, go watch it. It was a real person. This is a real thing. It's not the worst thing in the world, right? It's not like The Rock has no emotion. So it's definitely worth a watch if you are, as Charlie said, if you're like into this. Um, Especially if you're like want to see the origins of it. So, go give it a shot. But definitely looking forward to that ping pong movie.
Hmm. All right. Let's do our last review, one battle after another. Eddie, can you tell us about it?
One battle after another. When their evil enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own. The director of this movie was Paul Thomas Anderson. I didn't see any of his movies, Inherent Vice and Punch Drunk Love. They sound familiar? I don't think I've ever seen any of those. This stars Tiana Taylor, Leo DiCaprio, and Sean Penn. Sean Penn's in this movie? Is he the colonel? Did not
Yes.
even recognize Sean Penn as the colonel at all.
Uh, yeah, he is. He was the colonel.
Those prosthetics, man, that's crazy.
No
That's crazy.
way. Really?
I did not know. I didn't know that was Sean Penn.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's Sean Penn.
That is
Oh, that is
crazy.
Sean Penn. I was thinking Sean
Yeah,
Penn was
what?
somebody else. I thought Sean Penn was somebody else. Never mind.
No, I know who Sean Penn is. It's just I didn't realize it was him.
Yeah, I guess I'll start. This movie's awesome and kind of pretty relevant to our times at the moment, with everything going on. But yeah, it starts off with kind of like a revolutionary movie where these group of revolutionaries are like freeing immigrants from ICE facilities and blowing up banks and other buildings. And then it leads to like 16 years later, Leo, he's kind of out of the game and he's taking care of his daughter. And essentially like him trying to like find his daughter afterwards. But like he's kind of just like I feel like I know he was like blowing up stuff. But I feel like he was there just for his wife, for most part. Like I feel like he was a part of the revolution, but was he really a part of it in that way? I don't know. Because even at like the post 16 years, like he's kind of just bumbling around to find his daughter. But I really like the first part, like them like going around and doing their revolutionary thing, trying to save people, but also like I send messages by blowing up, saying bombs and things. And then later him kind of like uh being out of the game for so long and being like a father, but also kind of like he's still like paranoid and stuff. So it's like, oh, what is the secret message? And it's like, I don't remember because it's been so long. Yeah, this movie is pretty funny and intense at parts too. Like there's a scene at the end of the movie where it's like a car chase, and do you know that feeling when you go on a roller coaster, or like when you're going down a hill in a roller coaster? Like I don't know if it was like my seats that I was sitting, but like I felt that like when it like the car would like go up and down in that road. So it's definitely an interesting experience, that part for sure.
In 40X?
No, just like Adobe, just normal. I say it was
Oh, just
just
like
the seats was like level with the road or something.
yeah.
So it was just like I
It
felt
was a
it.
little nauseating when I was like watching it. I was like, I kind of had to look away because it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, great movie. What about you guys?
Um, I liked it. I liked it. I agree with you with the not cookie antics, just the funny kind of real life pieces where he does forget like the codes and secret, phrases. Um, so I'm like, this is exactly how it would go. Time would pass, you'd forget. Um, he obviously, the character himself obviously spent time um just kind of like what it was in, just like smoking and drinking,
Yeah.
and not really preparing for anything.
I think like
Um,
when like the first time he got the call, it's like I actually got pretty high right now and I don't know what to do. I don't know the password.
and no, I liked it a lot. I thought it was gonna be the typical. I thought it was just legit gonna be like, oh, like revolutionaries, and then someone messes up, and now the feds are after them, right? Um, and it's just like and now because the feds are after them, they're on the run, and like and then they get caught eventually. Blah blah blah. I didn't know there was gonna be these like interpersonal. story, like link stories and stuff like that. Especially with um Colonel Lockjaw, and how all their timelines kind of like mix up. And then there's like this and then they introduce this like secret organization, right? As well. Like the Christmas, I don't even
Club?
know,
Was it Christmas
Christmas
Club or
Club,
something? Yeah, something like
yeah. Um, so so just like super interesting how they kind of did world building, and like they just gave you enough of like the little details to just focus on Bob and focus on his daughter. Not so much the wife, or like the wife, because
Yeah,
she's
she's
kind of
essentially
like,
gone after the first
yeah,
30
the first,
minutes.
yeah, and Lockjaw, right? But uh yeah, some things to talk about in terms of like just one part I just didn't understand was the part where it's closer to the end. But what about you, Eddie? What'd you think?
I thought it was an entertaining movie. It just keeps going. I don't want to say there's no action in this movie, but just the constant chase is what gets to me. It kind of feels like Catch Me If You Can without the comedy aspect of it. There are funny bits in it, but it's a lot more serious. Um, although everybody involved in the story, I don't know, feel like they're all dumb in their own way. Um, but it was very fast paced, despite the fact this movie's like 2.5, it's like 2.5 hours long, 220. You don't feel it, but it keeps you engaged. Um, Benito del Toro is top tier in this movie.
He's so
It's
good.
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. This man is awesome. Um, Definitely a lot of social commentary, especially what's going on now. Um, I think it's what people hope for. Um, just doesn't necessarily ever execute that way or work out, but it is a testament to how well a community can be well organized. Um, and I also felt like it was I don't want to say a jab, but a stark contrast of what the revolutionaries were trying to accomplish, as compared to the community of Del Toro's like entire community of how organized they were, land ready. Like it wasn't resistance, but it was preparation because it was two very different levels of understanding of the world that both can be said are necessary. Um, but I like that both worlds collided. Um,
Yeah, it almost
and
felt like Leo's group was more like we're gonna burn it all down, and Benicio, he was kind of just like I'm helping my people
right,
kind of thing.
like we know who the enemy is, but
Hmm.
I don't want to say it was like a passive resist. It was like more so like we have to pick and choose our battles,
Yeah.
and how we do that and how we go about that is very it contrasts very much to the very you know aggressive presence of a resistance. Um, and again, I think the idea is that both are necessary and both have their own merits. But the colliding when Leo's character and Benito del Toro's character, who clearly are, or at least were leaders in their time, right? Um, Now coming together and understanding, like, hey, you know, which is funny because that wouldn't have never had happened. Like, I feel like it's so funny because, right, it's just like anything. Like you you caused this indirectly and you ruined a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
Um, right? And you're not thinking of that aspect. You're thinking it was very tunnel vision of like, yes, this is change. Like, yeah, but there's very real world consequences for people who may not necessarily agree with your ideas, but not necessarily agree about the way you do it, and that are now actually have to figure out like, okay, well, here we are. And even more so with like when they go to the sister's farm or the nun's farm, right? They have their own set of rules and regulations, and it's very, very different. It seems like everybody's on the same page. We're all fighting Santa Claus. Um, but the movie does like a very nice way. Like everybody knows everybody, but everybody's doing it their own way. Like, and we're all willing to, resistance per se is all willing to help each other because they all know what's at stake, but they have very, very different ways of approaching it. Um, and even people within, Christmas or what did it say? Saint Nick, hell, whatever the fuck it is, whatever
Yeah,
the
Christmas
racist
Club.
bullshit is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Saint Niccolo, the basic Nazis or whatever.
Yep.
Even them even have their within their own ranks, right? Like that's the whole idea towards the end. So it's like, like, what the hell are you all fighting for? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, even people within yourselves, like, are all fucking retarded. Like, just stupid. Just fucking stupid. You know. And even, there's no way this man survived that shot, but sure, fuck it.
Oh,
Make the
yeah.
movie
Oh
go
yeah.
forward.
Jeez.
There's just no way. There's just if a no way, but sure. Whatever. He's superhuman. He's a super fast kid. He's a freaky kid. He's a fast
Uh,
kid. He's a
it's
fast kid
Christmas
alive.
Adventure Club is the Nazi
Christmas,
group.
yeah, whatever I was like, man, I can't even celebrate Christmas anymore, bro. It's like, mm. What did they say? Hail Saint, not Hail Saint Nick. They said,
Yeah, Hail Saint Nick.
Yeah, I think it was,
is it
yeah.
Hail Saint Nick? I thought it was just
Hmm.
like Merry Christmas or some bullshit. I was like,
Yeah. Is that
oh.
something like watered down Illuminati or something?
It's not watered down Illuminati. It is what it is. It's just like code. Like it's supposed to. It is what it is. It's supposed to think because obviously there's no Jews, there's no Jewish people in there, so it's very pagan
Yeah.
organization, very
Yeah.
Christian,
Yep.
right wing white organization.
Yeah, rich white guys.
Yeah, very wealthy rich white guys, I might add. Which again,
Secret bunkers under the houses. They're all
yeah,
connected.
they're all connected. But again, it seemed to be that I am a high ranking official of this board member, and they're like, take care of this problem. I personally don't see the need for me personally to get my hands dirty for whatever fucking stupid reason. These people are fucking idiots. You basically run the country and you're gonna do it yourself. All of you are fucking idiots. Um, like you could have done the end of the movie without needing to go through that whole third act if you were just gonna do that. Like that's I don't understand. Like the way they kill the general or the colonel, whatever it is, they could have just done that in and of itself.
I think they wanted to find his daughter.
No, that
But
wasn't it at all.
no, they they wanted to if she was his daughter, they wanted to like get the evidence beforehand to so he can't like get out of it, you know.
No,
What do you
no,
know?
no, because they didn't even know. They didn't know. They said it might have been a loose end. They had to verify it, but
Yeah, that's what
he
I'm
didn't.
saying.
But he didn't go verify it. The colonel was the one that was trying to get ahead of it. So they didn't even know for sure whether or not it was that was a loose end or not to take care of. Matter of fact, he went behind everybody's back and hired a third person assassin, and only because this damn man had a heart for whatever reason. Because apparently that the The bounty hunter was also like they even talked about him. He's like, yep, he's fine, but because he's not purebred, we can't trust him or whatever.
Well, they couldn't
This is
trust him because he had a like half daughter or whatever. Hold on.
did he had a half daughter? I don't think he had a half daughter.
No, I think
No, I think it was just
I don't know what he's
I
talking
think you're
about.
confusing something. I think he just ended up because he was supposed to kill her and then he's like, "No, I don't do kids." I was like, "Okay." It's like, "We'll take her to the people who do kids,
Is he?
which are
Did he
even
get like?
a lower piece of scum than the fucking
Yeah.
Christmas people."
Yeah.
Did he get
Which
a?
again, they could have just hired them to go do the I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going on. They could have just hired them to go off the colonel. Like, I don't know, whatever. Whatever. The point is the point is fucking Colonel thought he was smart enough to get one. Like, in what world do you think I would have not gone to that shit? I would not have tried to go back to that shit. The fact that I'm even fucking alive after taking a 9 gauge to the fucking face and flipping over in a car, I would be like, hell yeah, let me go buy a lottery ticket because this is it. I am alive. I am 50 Cent.
Honestly, I think it's just hubris. Like all these people, like, did this guy actually need to go out and hunt them down himself? No, but
No,
like,
no.
he's like, I'm this white guy and I'm powerful and rich. I can do whatever I want. No
I could, yeah.
consequences, essentially.
In a
Right?
Mustang, in a fucking
Yeah.
Mustang, in the middle of fucking Arizona.
That was
I'm
pretty
doing that.
cool. That was pretty cool.
I'm not wearing gloves. I'm not wearing a mask. I have the audacity. I have the caucasity to do what I please.
I
All
thought he
right, sure,
recognized him
bro.
because he's like, "What do you want?" Right? And then he gets shot in the face. Uh, I thought he recognized it as like someone in the Christmas club is like, you know, um, trying to kill him. So why would he go back? So I was confused on that part.
Well, he's like, oh, there's some openings now, just two openings, I think, after everything happened. So he's like, you need some other people, right?
Yeah,
This
it's
man's
true.
just
That's
weird. This man's just
true.
weird. Like, I
Yeah.
want to be part of a racist club, but I like black women. The fuck? This is stupid.
Well, I
This
guess
man
it's
is
like
dumb
you
as
said, like
hell.
Yeah.
Illuminati or like other secret
No,
organizations.
this man had tism or something. He he arrests the chick only to like want to date the chick. You can't speak to somebody in witness protection. Like and then when she doesn't answer, this man's next reaction is to grab a battering ram. A battering ram to break into the home. Not, oh, maybe she's not home. Maybe she's
That's
at the
love.
grocery store.
That's love.
Just rams in and so like this is mine. And you know what?
I mean, yeah, that's
I
what he
was upset.
thinks.
I was also upset by the end of this movie. I don't even get to hear about the mom because the mom's still alive
Do you think
somewhere.
do you think it would have been better if or it made more sense if Leo was the character who ratted the team out?
Yes, that would have been a
Because
lot more better.
in like I was saying, like the beginning of the movie, like he's he's like in it, but not really in it. It's like he's kind of just there.
Hmm.
But like I feel like she was like hardcore like revolution. Like her mother was a part of this as well. So I don't know, it kind of felt weird that she essentially sold her entire team out and
It ran
then
away. It
ran
just felt
away.
disingenuous. Like
Yeah,
again, it,
100%.
I just from the beginning to what they were going for until the cut, I was like, I'm confused. It just doesn't feel like you are because they were doing all of this at the very at the beginning. They're doing all of this, and I'm like, why don't you just shoot him? Like, if you are revolutionaries, murder these people, because that's what it's gonna have to take, not a performative act of what. That's what it was. It was like, oh, he's get here, fireworks, resistance, woo, let's go party after. Like, no, you're gonna have to execute, shoot them, and you're gonna have to kill the colonel because that's the point. And when she didn't, I was like, okay, well, you're not. It doesn't sound like. Just doesn't feel genuine. It just feels performative at that point. You're
Well,
going
even like
through
when they were
all this
setting out
problem.
bombs, they were calling like bomb threats beforehand before blowing them up, so
I,
people wouldn't be in the building.
well, they got them out of the boat. They got all the children and people in cages. It's just like,
No, I'm just saying like when they blew up like the banks and
oh, the
other
banks and
buildings,
everything.
like they
Well,
called in, they called
they
beforehand so
also got
people wouldn't
freaked
be
out
there.
when she actually killed somebody. They were all like,
Yeah,
they were all tough, and it's like, nope, yeah, if you're gonna kill people, you're gonna kill people. I don't know why you're all shocked. Like, if you're about it, unfortunately, that's what needs to happen. Like,
like
you need
kind
to
of like
build that.
going. It's like you want like they're playing revolutionary, but they're not
And I
fully
didn't want to
into
take
it.
away from what they were trying to do, but yes,
Hmm.
that's what it felt like, Chris. It just felt like, okay, I understand what you're trying to do, I understand the thing, but it just felt like it's more pretend. Where again, when Benito del Toro's character, it felt that felt real. Like that felt like, hey, you know your assignment. You don't talk. Once the cops come, you know what to do. Like we have our gun. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like we will do what we need to amongst ourselves, and everybody knows their role. I
Yeah.
felt like she was supposed to be this person, and then she ended up just folding. When the other character, the girl, when they go to the Sisterhood of Nuns or whatever,
Hmm.
she also had the same deal, but it doesn't. They don't really reveal whether or not she also folds, right? Or does she fold as well? Because then she's presented with the same opportunity, right? She's like, "Oh, you're calling my mom a rat," but then the opportunity comes where it's like, "Well, you have the opportunity to tell us where everything, everything that's going on, or
Yeah.
you're going to jail." But they don't really give us the reveal of whether or not she folded or not. And I don't know. I
I
feel
guess it
like,
wasn't relevant to this. I mean, it wasn't
well,
really
I guess
relevant to the
well, it was
story.
relevant to the point because everything up to that point, they were telling her that her mom was a rat, her mom was a rat, but she saved her own skin, which again makes it. Everybody didn't like her because it made it seem like she wasn't actually part of this resistance or actually part of the thing. But she got her hands dirty. It wasn't like she wasn't going in and doing any of these things. She was, but when it came down, right, to be like, you know, snitches get stitches, she folded and ran into the thing, right? And then it was presented again when the topic was brought up. It's like, okay, well, now it's your turn. Now you're in this position. Now you are the one that's being confronted with, you called her a rat all but 5 minutes before the army got you. And now the army got you, and now they're telling you the same deal. Are you going to fold? You are now placed in the same position. You are now placed in the same position. Are you going to rat and, be a hypocrite, or are you going to stand on business and be like, no, I'm not going to give up anybody. You could do whatever the hell you want to me. I'm not giving up, blah, blah, blah. And I feel
Which
like
I
that
didn't.
was a perfect opportunity because they don't show the resolve of that because she
Yeah.
was the one calling her the rat. She was the one who's like, yeah, your mom is a fucking, she's a rat. She's a bitch. She folded. She ran. But like, okay, no, now you're in this position. So what are you going to do? You just talk all this shit, but now put up or shut up. They just kind of, you know, they show her crying in the car. I don't know what that means, but I felt like that would have been a good resolve to have.
I guess I didn't really understand what was other than just like the showing her in that position. Like, why did he need her? He already knew the general was there, you know?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
So I say I don't really see the point of that scene other than just to have the reverse or like the position put on her.
I guess the position. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. At least I guess I assume the director was trying, or like the script was trying to go because they really make it. I don't know. At least for me, they try to make it. They set it up to that point, so it's like okay.
Yeah.
Um. So whatever. And then all of them, out of all of them, the girl, the daughter ended up being the one with the most balls anyway. So it's like she has no idea what was going on, but she just knows shit's going on. She's
I mean,
just
she
like,
kind of just locked in. Like,
I
I know
mean,
her
Just at
like
the
dad.
end. Just at the end.
dude, I
Every
mean, she locked in. I mean, the whole like idea of breaking on top, that's beautiful. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
that was really good.
That's how you do it. And then as
Yep.
soon as somebody gets out, you shoot them. she reverted back to like say the thing, which is funny because at the end I was like, man, your dad's gonna get shot because he doesn't
I thought so
remember any of
too.
this.
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking remember any of this fucking shit.
Yeah. I mean, he was yelling at
But
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So he
but at
must
that
have at
point,
least known a little bit.
yeah, but at that point, I mean, as the daughter, you're so mind fucked because everything has just turned on you. Your
Hmm.
mother, your father, who you thought was your father, turned out wasn't your father because your mother, you don't even know. You're going based on this man's words. Like, it's like, well, I loved her, but he didn't really answer the fact that he raped her at the beginning of the, thing. It is implied, but it isn't like she's doing it to be able to get away with the things that she's doing it. So she's a willing participant to some degree. Um, which again, based on that, I didn't expect him to be the father. I think like halfway I figured out, I was like, oh, it's gonna be the daughter and it's gonna be his.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
it didn't seem like he was the one doing the penetration. I'm just saying. And it just felt like he was the one getting pegged and he was getting off on that. All right. So I was just like, you're the one that's getting, assaulted or reversed assaulted. What did he say? Reverse reversed
Raped and
assaulted,
reversed.
raced and
Yeah.
reversed. Yeah. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Did you think this through? Or
Nope.
are you just winging it right there? Like she's a semen demon? That shit is crazy. And all my time of watching pornography, I have never heard of such a vile, like just like disgust. Like even in anime, I've never heard of a semen demon. Um, oh my, it's crazy. That is amazing writing. Um, uh, but yeah, I just a lot of philosophical ideas and thoughts and stuff. But the movie itself was great. It was really well paced. Um, I kind of like the happy ending. I don't know how I feel about all the cards being revealed. Just feels like
It kind of like I know like the sergeant was the one who was hunting them down throughout the movie, but it kind of felt weird. It's like we're back to our old house and everything is fine.
Yeah, there's no follow-up. They have phones.
yeah, they have phones
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So it's like, was it literally just Lockjaw just has a problem with these people? Um,
No, it seems like the whole American government does, but apparently they're okay with just leaving things as is.
well, I guess I don't care enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what is one, two people gonna do?
No, there's a whole organization. This whole thing lasted the 16 years or whatever. I was more surprised that they were still having open communications for that long, like open secret communications for that long. Like they all started when they were like in their mid 20s, I assume. And this man is damn near like closer to 50. He's like, yeah, yeah, the communication channels are still out there. The password hasn't changed in 16 years. Jeez. Really?
It's definitely CIA and
Fuck, there's got to be a
yeah.
fucking plan in there because holy shit, bro.
Definitely infiltrated by
My
the
work
CIA by
requires me to
now.
update my password every 6 fucking months, and I'm
Yeah.
adding like just additional numbers. I'm at like 34 because I don't know what else to do. Like I'm just keeping the same password, just adding numbers at this point. Like, and you're telling me you kept the same password for 16 effing years? Get the fuck out of here. Uh, yeah, but I mean, I want to see follow. I do again. I feel like it's a nice warm follow up where it's like, well, you're following in your mom's footsteps, the positive aspects of it, and your dad's there. It's like, yes, there's a protest happening. I want to go, support that, and I want to go fight for what I believe is right, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's a nice. It's not to the same degree as it was before, but there are hints of her wanting to be that and do that, which is nice. It's a nice thing, but I feel like it doesn't. I felt wanting more. I'm more interested in Benito del Toro's backstory now and like what's going on here. Like
Yeah.
what's going on with the community, you know, what's going on. Everybody see like these people are ridiculous. They're jumping on roofs. Man, Leo can't jump on roof. This man should be
I
dead. He
don't
fell
I don't
free
think he
fall.
knew there was like a roof there or
He
something because
fell free fall for
he
fucking
jumped and
40
he's like,
feet.
whoa,
He hit
That
that.
was a
he hit the tree.
40-foot jump.
He hit that tree so hard.
That was
And
a
the floor
fucking
even harder.
yeah.
And
Well, the
then
floor is the floor.
to make matters worse,
He got arrested.
yeah, he gets
He gets
not
fucking
he gets tased
tased.
like hard.
This no, that's fucking some Spider-Man Tobey Maguire fall, bro. Like
Oh Jesus.
I was like, you are dead. You're dead, bro. Like, and I like it because nobody went out to be. It's like, hey man, your guy got picked up by the cops. He tried to jump and he just fell. So we're just gonna keep moving. Um, but that's what I'm talking about though. You know what I'm talking about? Like he got arrested. He goes to the ambulance and he goes to the hospital. The entire time, they already have a plan in place to get him out. That's the level of organization that these people have.
Yeah,
Like, how
Benicio
long
del
did it take
Toro's
you to
group
realize? How
is
long
a
did it
lot
take you to
more
realize that it
organized.
was? Yeah, like how long did it take you as an audience member to realize that the person that was they were interviewing and everything were already on his side? Like, repeating questions and like looking at facial features. I'm like, damn, just pay attention, dude. Like,
I wouldn't have gotten it. Are you diabetic? No. Are you
you
diabetic?
diabetic?
No.
I just fell off a roof. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Are you diabetic? You look diabetic. I'm not. Why do you keep asking? Like,
Stupid ass
go to
Charlie would
jail.
just be like,
Go to jail.
no, but even you know what I'm saying? Like even that, like, oh, you can't process, we're gonna have to take you to hospital, go to hospital. Even the nurse was like, as she's doing her thing, all right, what you're gonna do is I'm gonna open the door, you're gonna go through that, that's your bathroom, you're gonna go straight through, you're gonna go down, and you'll meet somebody there. Bye. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not asking
Mhm.
questions. Either you're on board or not. Like, you move, just move. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone is like, you know what I'm saying? Like that level of just like organization and just like commitment, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the thing is like that felt more together to the point where there was actual raids going on and Benito del Toro still in his like dojo like, all right, relax. Yeah, I'll pick up stuff. No, that's fine. I'm just locking up. I'll be there soon.
Yeah,
You know what to
I want a
do.
his side story. I want a
Like
movie
that
just
shit's
on him.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know the level of just organization, you know? This man has the audacity to get this man broken away from custody and then drink beer. Drink beer as you're just like, here you go, man. It's 11 a.m., but fuck it, we need this shit to go, you know? And the confidence that he has to get pulled over and be like, hey, what's up? I ain't doing jack. I don't really know what's going on. I had a few beers, but I'm all right. You know, drinking beer on driving isn't a crime. Who says it's a crime? No, it's a crime. You know, just like damn. You know, it's just like I want to be a part of that resistance. What's going
Yeah.
on with that? You know?
Although leading up to that, I was like, you could have avoided getting arrested if Leo just didn't fall off the
Leo,
roof.
yeah. If Leo was just not Leo,
And,
first of all of
but
this
that's
would have
kind
been
of his
resolved.
character. Like, why wouldn't that happen to him?
Well, yeah,
You
because
know?
he's like bumbling his way through this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna find my daughter, but I need a
Even like
charger. I need a wall socket.
Well, all this would have been avoided if he would have just remembered the damn password or
Oh, that
password.
is true.
What time is it? I don't know. What time is it? I don't fucking remember. It's just,
Yeah.
this is who I
call us
am.
back when you have the
Yeah.
time.
Tell us
It's like-
back when you have the time.
He wouldn't have to tuck and roll out of the car if they just weren't drinking in the damn car.
Yeah, yeah. This is so funny.
Well, even like
Um,
him with the sniper, it's like even if you were the best shot, I don't think you were gonna hit anyone with that sniper. You were so far away. Like, what was the plan?
Yeah,
What was-
you shot
I don't
one
know what the
shot
plan-
and immediately got bombarded with AK-47s
Yeah.
from a distance with like 5 army people. Like you are not trained at all. I don't know what you thought you were doing.
I don't know how he was gonna get anywhere with that rifle. I feel like he was way too far.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah, like it was like a
that's
hunting
not even
rifle, and
accurate.
you're like all far, far
Yeah,
away. And
yeah, not even accurate.
it was. I feel like it was accidentally smart because I'm like, oh, okay, so the guys at the church are gonna be like, high alert, um, being careful. They don't want to get shot, right? And then Leo just like he's like, oh, F this. And then he just gets back in his car and gets back on the road, right? So it's like he accidentally caused a preoccupation for the guys that have the AK-47s. But
I mean, his daughter essentially saved herself, other than the one guy who felt bad and like fought those guys, you know?
yeah, did he have a change of heart? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah,
I mean, he's like these. I mean, these guys suck anyways. Might as well kill them too and save this girl, you know?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't.
but he died in that process, and that shit
But
sucks.
that's the thing is like he made that decision of going. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I don't know so much. This character wasn't really introduced other than like once before, right? So it's
Hmm.
like we don't know who this person is. And my mind went to the darkest place when they were like, "Oh, this teenage girl is going with these guys. This is gonna be not. This is not gonna be a funny
Good.
time. Yeah, this is gonna be
Yeah.
like ridiculously bad." Which I assume that's what he envisioned as well. So I was like, "Oh, I know what I'm gonna do." Plus, bro, you have the jump on these people. You didn't have to go out that way, bro. You are a hire. You are a assassin for hire. The dude at the lake, sitting outside, didn't even realize what you were doing. You could have literally walked up, slit his throat, hold his mouth, not make a
Yeah, that would
noise,
probably
leave
be
him there,
the
and then you
way.
walk into the place because they all know you. You could just
Yep.
walk natural stuff and be like, "Hi, man, I'm sorry." It's like I think I might just take her because he's gonna pay me triple my thing. Like if you want, go ahead and call him, or just I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like you could have definitely got,
Like talk
gotten
to.
the jump on all
Yeah.
every single one of those people.
I'd rather
You
just
didn't have
stand
to
at the
go
door
gun.
and just
You didn't have to
shoot.
go guns blazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You could have just
yeah,
killed that first guy and just left, Get in the
yeah,
car.
because
Get
other
the hell
people
out
were
of
just
here.
not paying attention. It's like,
No, I need to kill
uh,
them all.
yeah, and I need to go out in a blazing glory. But
I
again,
mean, he did get
he
them all.
he got them all before he got shot somehow.
Yeah.
So we don't get to see that. But by all means, um, I would have tried to gotten the handcuffs off first before I did anything. But that was just me.
Yeah.
My anxiety was going up because I'm like, get the knife, get a knife. There's got to be a knife somewhere or just something sharp. Unleash your arm, like your hands, like don't. Uh, uh, it was. I mean, it was a fun movie.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
You
I
guys,
liked it.
Awesome movie.
I liked it.
anything else you guys wanna?
Um, the real hero of this movie, the coolest part, I think, was when he would literally handed that dude's like he was like prepared to give Leo and his daughter new identities on the
Oh yeah,
spot.
on
He
the
was
spot.
just
Hmm.
like, "Here, memorize this, burn it when it's done. Here, look at this thing. It like plays a melody. Trust the person who has it because I don't hand them out freely. It's like, here's your new identity. Go here, put a paper like here are the things. Put a paper trail in Denver, and then like go to your final destination."
Yeah.
Which was like, I was like, man, I want those. I want those kind of resources. That's kind of cool.
You want to disappear?
I want to
Those
disappear one day,
resources, those
go off the
resources are
grid.
expensive. Yeah.
um, before gene fake identities or taking someone else's identity is illegal. So don't do it, anyone. But that was like super. It was super cool of him. Super. I was so mad. a couple. I was so mad when the girl had a phone on her and just lied.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
shit that shit was
But
horrible.
I was like, you're now you're gonna die because they caught up to you. They know what's up, and now you're gonna die. Like Jesus.
I would have definitely would have punched the teenage girl. I was like, you do realize you just compromised this entire fucking mission, right? Like,
Yeah, but I want to disappear as fast as they did. Um, is the my only comment.
All right. So let's get into our ratings. Charlie.
Um, I give this I actually I like this movie a lot. I give this 3.5 customer service complaints out of 5.
mhm.
That whole sequence, that whole back and forth was freaking hilarious. I didn't realize who was on the other side of the phone until like well, not just based off the voice, I couldn't recognize him, but like when I saw him, I was like, holy shit, it's I'm pretty sure it was the guy from Mad TV, right? Am I crazy?
Oh, the radio guy?
Yeah, the radio guy who was giving him a lot of shit. The guy on the other side of the phone, where he was
I
like,
don't
I
know.
can't verify who you are unless you tell me what time it is. And it's like, but that, yeah, 3.5 customer service complaints out of 5. Yeah, I like this movie a lot. It was a lot of fun. Everyone should go watch it. Pretty reflective of what's going on right now. Um, and yeah, go watch it in theaters. Make some time for it because it didn't feel like a close to 3 hour movie, but it was close to 3 hour movie. And I don't know if there's gonna be a sequel. I wouldn't want another
No.
sequel. I would want just uh what's his name? Like the side story of Benicio del Toro's character. That's what I would want. A
Mhm.
full length movie on him. Yeah. What about you, Chris?
I would give this 4.5 rooms with filled with gas out of 5. Yeah, this movie was great. And I I know it's like relevant to our times, but like they probably didn't plan that when they made this like years ago. So it's interesting that it came out during everything that's happening now and is very pertinent to what's going on. And yeah, Benicio del Toro was definitely my favorite part as well. Just him and his organization compared to Leo's, like his group of like they're like he's saying with the passports, they are both like super they're on it sometimes, but other times it feels like they're kind of just doing like I don't know. It felt like a different um like they were taking it more serious than others. And yeah, I saw this in Dolby. It was great. Especially that the car chase at the end, that was really good. Uh in big screen, Dolby or IMAX. I don't even know if it's probably not even playing those anymore, but definitely worth seeing in theaters for sure. And I guess my only complaint would be just the the mother character, like her kind of not really being in the movie after the opening part. But yeah, awesome movie. Eddie, how about you?
I give this a 3 Latina pussies out of 5. The
That
original
is
password.
totally not
Oh,
what
jeez.
the term was.
What did he say? He was
Number
it's
one
like,
was I'm Jungle Pussy, so that's one of the names.
oh
And the
yeah.
other one was like, how do you like your pussy? It's like
No, he's all
Mexican
like,
and
I have
hairless.
yeah. What's my
Yeah.
favorite? Like
You
you're
just
gonna know the
combine two parts
answers.
of the movie into one.
Still valid. Still valid.
Still valid.
Still valid. Yeah, again, entertaining movie. It was good. Performances were all great. I would imagine there's some nominations out of this coming out. Um, really good. Definitely go watch it. Everybody but the Mexicans fold in this movie. Every last one of them fold. Every one of them just fucking is not about that life as much as they want to be. But you know who it is? The Mexicans. Uh, so I can't believe everyone folded. That shit was whack. Every last one of them. Once they got into custody, that shit was over. Um, but definitely go watch this. Make the time. Yeah, like as Charlie said, it is longer, so make the time. But it is a good watch. So definitely go watch it.
Great. Were there any scenarios we didn't cover? Do you have any fun dog movies that you want to see? Email us at straight2pod@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch at straight to pod. And that concludes another episode of Straight to POD.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Chris.
Nah, I'm Eddie.
Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.